Hello and welcome back, Raiders and Raiderettes. Chesty Puller, also known as HSFIV in the raid community. Just for starters, I want to say I am not a whale, nor am I a kraken. I'm just a regular player. Um, and today, I decided to try to climb from level 12 up to as high as I could go. And it turns out I changed my team a little bit from this right here. But this got me uh, up quite a ways from, uh, I had been farming level 11. So it got me from 12 up to here, which I think is level 17, I think. Um, and I realized what my mistake was. So I had to change my team a little bit. And then I changed my team a second time later on in the video. And at the end, I will show you the team that I believe is infallible. I believe that it will work. And I don't believe there's a video on it, the team that I'm going to use. And it should be foolproof for anyone. However, you do need Godseeker and Neri, and you do need Duchess. And I think it helps to have, yeah, that got me up to level 17. I believe I'm going to fail here. So let me just stop the video and show you what the change is. All right. So here is the change. What I did was I had the wrong person in the lead. And also I needed to add Duchess. And in most of the teams that you see, you're going to see that they have Godseeker and Neri in the lead, so that Godseeker and Neri will revive herself. As I was thinking about this, I decided, I think if Duchess were in here, and I just couldn't figure out where to put Duchess, and then I decided, well, I guess I'll put Duchess in right after Godseeker Neri, so that she's the first one that Godseeker Neri raises. And this got me a little ways, but I realized that this was also going to fail, so this was sort of a waste of time. It did get me up a couple more levels, but as the levels continued to progress, I figured out that actually, if I put Duchess in the lead, Godseeker Aniri would raise Duchess first and would not raise herself, but Duchess would raise everybody else. And that is the proper way to go. You want Duchess in the lead. And in this team here, you can see I do not have Duchess at all. I am going to be able to get a little ways with this. I think I can get maybe to level 18 or 19 with this. And I was using the other bonus about having Duchess in the lead is you do get a speed lead, because this guy's speed continues to raise, and so the speed lead actually is one of the things that helps you. And the fact that Duchess is in the lead, and like I said, I don't have Duchess in here yet, but I just wanted to show you I was on level 11 and now I'm at level 25, pardon me, with my new team. And I believe that if you have a Duchess and you have a Godseeker and Neri, that's all you need. And I am going to take Mithrala out of here because I did want to keep Sify because Sify has probably the best sleep in here for this because her sleep is on the A1 and it's irresistible and it's 100%. There is a rare champion that has that as well. So you don't need Sify. All you need is the A1, but Sify brings speed. Shigar also could be used. Shigar has a decent sleep on him, and Shigar, if he were able to land a poison while there's a sleep up, then that he might actually be able to do some good. I did not use Shigar. I did not test Shigar, but um, I thought about it. I thought about having Shigar in there, but I don't believe that you need Sify, and I also don't believe that you need Newt. I think Newt speeds it up. But if you do not have Newt, I do not think it matters because no matter what you do, slowly but surely you're going to kill this guy. And here's how it's going to work. Once he A3s and kills everybody, Godseeker Neri is going to raise up Duchess. Or if you don't want to use Duchess, you could use Arbiter, or you could probably use the lizard with the AOE. I can't think of his name right now. The purple lizard. Gosh, what is his name? I can't think of it right now. I'll think of it later. But any AOE reviver would work. And so, yeah, that gets us through 18. I think it'll get us through 19 and 20. I should just stop the video here and just advance to level 25 because I don't want to waste your time, guys. But this will get us a certain way, but we need to change the team. Sorry, I cannot advance because there's no break in the video. It's a solid video. I just continued to record. I thought there was a break where I could cut the video, but there's no break. The only way so I can't cut the video. I just have to keep going. But it's pretty quick. Um, as you can see, these fights are taking a couple of minutes per level, and as I'm doing it, I'm only doing each level just one time, and then I'm moving up. Um, so pretty soon, I believe I will be changing to my Duchess team, because as soon as this team fails, um, I do one or two more changes as I think about it and I make it better. But what I'm telling you is Duchess in the lead, and then you want one of your revivers uh, to be in the second spot. And I did take Mithrala out, and that's where I put, uh, uh, that's where I got room for my Duchess. So this is pretty much the team. I am using Yumeko, but that is not necessary either. The only purpose that I have Yumeko in there, you could use Ania. The only purpose that Yumeko has is she resets Newt. That's the only purpose, because Newt, with his A3, does beat down the boss more quickly. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter how many times this guy kills you. Um, you're going to come back to life. And it also doesn't matter really how much of your max HP that he destroys, because that, yes, that affects his I think it's his A2, but it doesn't affect his A2 enough to do too much damage. So now we're on to level 19. Um, it's this, like I'm telling you, this team is definitely um, going to end up failing. I was sitting here thinking, how I could improve it, and I needed Newt to be more forward because I don't want Newt at the end, and the reason for that is sometimes um, if somebody dies, they will raise Yumeko up first, and that slowed the rundown. So I needed Newt to be where he is right now. That's the proper place for Newt, um, and that's where Newt I think is going to stay. Um, but this team, as is, without Duchess, will fail. Um, and the reason that this will fail without an AoE reviver is that, you see, when the revival happens, it's a slow revival, and that is wasting our time. So now Newt is more forward, so Newt will be revived first. Um, but you see, we're wasting time, and as time goes on, that A3 is coming back around, and so we have to try and oh, look, okay, yeah, now everybody's revived now. And but that slowness right there is what is getting us into trouble, and as the higher levels come, we're not going to get back around to our abilities in time, and we can fail this at one of these levels here. We'll see. It's going to happen pretty soon. But I do show you the presets, and I do show you the correct team. But this is just a live first time going through and going from level 11 all the way to 25, and then I repeat 25, and I put 25 on multi-battle, and you can see that it's a pretty much 100% team, and I don't believe it can fail. So from now on, this is my level 25 team, and the reason I had to do this today is because that mission came up where I've got to get the greater oil, and is it oil or whatever it is? I think it's oil. And so that's why I decided to try this today, because it was taking me forever to get the greater, not the superior, but the greater. That's the one in the middle. It was taking me forever, so I was like, I gotta speed this up. And even getting up to level 25, it's going to take a while because they want like a lot of this oil. 140 bottles of it or something like that. So that's going to take some time because you only get like, I think 7 maximum of the greater oil. 7 to 9 maybe. Anyway, I was just reading some of these things, and I was looking at some of his skills, and I was thinking as I was attacking him, and I was trying to improve the team, and I had been thinking about Duchess for a while, but I just couldn't think of who I could replace. Um, And so here, yeah, we might fail here pretty soon because it's just so slow. It does work up to a certain level, this team, but it's too slow. If you see, if I put Duchess in here and put her in the lead, I think I do put her in here, but I don't put her in the lead. I put her in the second spot, and then I have Godseeker and Neri raising Duchess, and then Duchess raising everybody else. But which is okay. But then I realized, hey, it's better if I just immediately put Duchess in, and then Godseeker Aniri still has her revive in case something goes wrong. And that's what makes it basically foolproof, because with Duchess in the lead, Godseeker Aniri is going to reset her skills, bring her to life no matter what, even if she's just used her revive. She's going to be ready to go, and she's going to revive everybody, because you're going to have Duchess's revive ability set for first priority, and um, and then you're going to have also the order matters. The order does matter. So follow the order. Once I get everything moved around, follow the order. You can skip to the end of the video maybe and see the order and the presets and everything. Uh, but this was my, live um, progress. So what I was thinking about was, is there anybody that has a better sleep? And so I was looking around, and I was looking at the different people and the different things, because Sify, the problem with her sleep is when you've got Yumeko in there, Sify sometimes misses her sleep ability because her stuff gets reset, and her abilities get reset, and then instead of doing the A1, she does the A2 or uh, the A3 or whatever. So that then we miss a sleep, and that is a problem. And so I was trying to see if there was anybody else that maybe I could just do sleep. I know that there is a rare champion that does sleep on his A1, and all you would have to do is build him with accuracy, and just have him sleep, 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 and that will work. That can replace uh, Sify a little bit, but Sify also has the added speed that she does bring, which is kind of good. And this one here, I was thinking about her, but I think she sucks. I don't want to strip my buffs. Otherwise, she's built. I mean, and she would do a lot of damage, and also she would. I mean, she might work. You know what I mean? Like Seer might actually work in there instead of Sify, because most people do have their Seers built with a lot of accuracy. You do need a lot of accuracy, so the but an accuracy build is very easy to build, and so this is just my thought process, all of the things that I was thinking about. The other thing is, it's important to be able to um, manipulate his turn meter. So I really was thinking in there about the the epic champion that resets Allure. Yeah, I was really thinking about Allure in there too, but the problem with Allure is her her sleep ability is like on a 3-turn cooldown. So that's probably not too good. But the other bonus about Allure is she would set his turn meter back and might be better than Sify. However, I did not try her. So you can maybe change out who you want your sleep person to be. You do have to have a sleep person in there, because every time you sleep him, it extends his A3, and that the A3 is the one that kills you. So you want to extend his A3, and the more times you sleep him, you should be able to keep that A3 pretty much uh, pushed back for. I mean, you might get hit with it a second time, but you should never really get hit with it a third time. And if you've got a good sleep person and a good turn meter manipulator like a lure, you might be able to never get hit with that A3 again. Now, I should say that this is all after the update. The update happened yesterday, and it just so happens that I got my mission, um, that I required this, and so I decided to push for it. I haven't pushed because this hasn't been high on my priority list. I just got to level 11 and kind of just stayed there, and I really haven't built a team for this or anything. I was having difficulty building the Ninja Godseeker Aniri team because the speed that I needed on my Godseeker Aniri, I couldn't reach. So my Godseeker Aniri is sort of slow. You will see all the speeds and everything when I do the final preset. But this team is not what do you call it? A speed tuned team. It is not speed tuned. It's just champions thrown in there. Now, um, I honestly believe that if you put any um, damage dealer in here, um, Newt, Acrizia, maybe even a Mishinaki. Mishinaki's going to also be able to give you um, other debuffs that will be very helpful. And so a hex, he can bring a hex. He can bring I believe, a decreased defense. If we had a decreased defense in here, that would be great. So I think a Mishinaki would be a good uh, replacement for Newt. And so actually, this is stage 21. This is where I'm going to fail. So let me just advance a little bit, and we're going to come in with the real team that got me through 21 through 25. Um, so we've made it all the way through 25. My recording glitched out there, and so I had to re-record this, and so I missed out on all those other recordings. But this is only moments after that last video, and I just quickly advanced through with this team right here. Notice that it's not speed tuned, but I think that the order is important. But I would say that the only champions that are necessary are Godseeker Aniri. And then you can use any damage dealer that you want and any AoE reviver. But I like Duchess here. I also think that um, Arbiter would be a good AoE reviver. You see, with the AoE reviver, Godseeker Aniri raises her, and then immediately she does, whoever the AoE reviver is, does their AoE revive, and then we're right back at it again. And you do need a person in here to bring sleep, because that will continue to extend the A3 of the Sand Devil. And but other than that, I don't think you need Yumeko. I don't think you need a reset champion at all. But the only reason I brought her in is because uh, she's going to reset Newt, and Newt's doing most of the damage. But with the team of an AoE reviver with Godseeker and Neri, you'll be able to just continually revive, and it doesn't matter because he can heal on his A2 depending on how much damage he does to you. But I haven't seen the heal be too much of a problem. The other thing that I do like about Newt is that he's the proper um, affinity for level 25. However, I think that this team is affinity friendly, that you can go from stage 1 all the way to stage 25. If you have a Duchess, I think that it will be um, probably one of your better AoE revivers. And Pythion also might be a good AoE reviver. That was the lizard I was thinking about, the purple lizard Pythion. Um, but really, that means that Godseeker and Neri is really the key to this. Um, and I haven't seen somebody put an AoE reviver in the lead. They always put Godseeker and Neri in the lead because I think they're using the two-man team of Ninja, Godseeker, and Neri, but that's hard to do. The speeds are incredible there, and I just couldn't get the speeds because I need the speeds on other champions for Hydra and particularly for my arena team and things like that. So I didn't want to waste speed for the Sand Devil's Necropolis. I just wasn't going to do it. So now this is a relatively, well, I mean, my Siffi's pretty fast. She's my fastest, one of my fastest arena champions. She's not my fastest, but she's one of my fastest. But she doesn't have to be in there. As a matter of fact, if she was slower, that might be better. Um, but you'll see that this is a basically 100% guaranteed to win. And I think if you do have Newt and you do have Duchess and you do have Godseeker and Neri, you're golden. Um, because those are probably the three best ones, but there's lots of substitutes. And so that's it. I just went from level 11 to level 25 in a short period of time. This video is less than 30 minutes. I cut a little bit of it out, but I think I went from level 11 to 25 in like less than an hour. And so that's pretty good progress for a single day the first time I tried. Of course, the reset happened, or the update happened, and they have made Sand Devil's Necropolis easier. Hope it was helpful.